Welcome to Hugar Social Academy. Today we are on the new topic from the class 10 standard, from the geography topic. The name of the topic is Indian soils. In this topic we are going to learn about different forms of soils, where they are being found, what type of color they are having, whether they are very useful for the agriculture or not. Moreover, we are going to learn about the soil conservation also and soil erosion. These all things we are going to learn in the topic called as Indian soil. When we talk about the word called as a soil, soil is one of the important. Why it is important? It's because agriculture totally stands on the soil itself. Not only agriculture. If you talk about making of the bricks, if we talk about in the construction other purposes, everywhere, even in the making of the pots, there is a need of a soil. But the question comes what it is that how this soil is being formed. The soil is being formed by the weathering process of the rocks. The soil is being formed by the weathering process of the rocks. What is this weathering? Weathering is nothing but it's a rubbing. Okay. And soil, do it is being formed as within a span of 1 year? No. It takes thousands of years to form. It moves under the different process, and then we get a soil which we say in a different name. Soil will remain, but due to its color, due to its quality, due to way it is having its qualities, on the base of that what we will see, what we have given the names in the form of black soil, in the form of alluvial soil, red soil, laterite soil, desert soil, mountain soil. Okay, in this way different what we have said it. So climate is so this soil is being even, there is a great we can say there is an influence of the climate also. There is an influence of which one? Of the climate also. On the form of this, what we see, the soil is being formed over it. Now, somewhere we see huge amount of decayed organic thing is been present in the soil. Somewhere we see that it's not having its capacity to even to retain the moisture within its body. In this form, in this way, due to the influence of the climate, due to the influence of the wind, right, we see different forms of our soil is being formed over it. Now, how do this soil reach to the different corner of the areas? This soil has reached to the different corner of area by few of our agents. Those agents are called in the form of wind, which flows, which takes the uppermost layer of the soil from one place to another place. The rivers in the form of floods, when they come, they take the soil from one place to the another place. These are nothing but these are the different agents we call it. So let us learn regarding what different types of soils are being found in the country called as India. There are 6 different types of soil are being found in the India. The first one is alluvial soil, second one desert soil, third one red soil, fourth one black soil, fifth one laterite soil, and the sixth one is mountain soil. So in 6 different forms our soil is being divided. Okay, let us go one by one with our different forms of soils which are being available here on this country called as India. So among the first one it's a alluvial soil. Alluvial soil is very rich. It's very rich. Why it's rich, very rich? It's because it consists of huge amount of humus within its body. Huge amount of humus is present in its body. When we talk about alluvial soil, right? And those all who have studied uh, regarding the northern Great Plain, they can understand that this is the alluvial soil which has been brought from the rivers which flows from the way from the Himalayas to the plain surface. They make the soil to be deposited at the plain surface area. While coming from the mountainous area, they brings huge amount of nutrients, minerals within their body, which helps the agriculture sector or which helps the crops to grow well in the way in that soil. So alluvial soil is a rich deposition of minerals within its body, which has been found almost the central part of India. Low-lying areas. When we say low-lying areas, it should be in our mind. It should come in our mind the low-lying area in the sense the surface area of Shivalik. The surface area of Shivalik. Then, if we come to the southern part, we will get Western Ghats as well as the Eastern Ghats, the lower surface of the area, where plus the central part, the huge deltas. The big river like Ganga is there, Narmada is there, Brahmaputra river is with there, which are having a large catchment of area. Toward those areas, we see the soil called as a alluvial soil. So here, alluvial soil, which is in the color, if we talk, it's a grey and somewhat ash grey color. We will see the soil called as a alluvial soil. And the states are Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, Odisha, Punjab, Haryana, Tapti Valley, Narmada Valley, Brahmaputra Valley, as well as the Ganga Valley. Toward these all areas, we will easily get the soil called as a alluvial soil. Moreover, the crops which we grow here, the crops which grows well in the soil called as a alluvial soil. The crops which grows well in the alluvial soil, they are wheat, paddy, sugarcane, cotton, jute. Wheat, paddy, sugarcane, cotton, jute. These are the crops which grows very well in the soil called as a alluvial soil. So alluvial soil is very rich. So where do we found this? We found these on the lower areas. We found in the lower areas which consist of huge amount of minerals within its body. So alluvial soil is one of the finest, richest soil compared to the desert, laterite, red, black as well as the mountain soil. In the same form, we are having one more soil with us, the soil called as a black soil. Due to its color, it is known as a black, or even it is called as a regular soil. Moreover, even it is called as a black cotton soil. Now, cotton, it's a product, okay. This cotton is very well grow in the soil called as a black, so it is even called as a black cotton soil. Black soil is having, when we talk about the feature of the black soil is having the capability to retain the moisture within its body. It is in the form of sticky, it is in the form of clay, which helps the crop to grow well. So what is the quality? It is having the capability to retain the moisture within its body. Okay, this is the reason it is being very rich it is. And this soil called as a black soil, it is been formed by the igneous rocks. Now igneous rocks, when we talk, we very well know that in the rocks there are three different forms of rocks. One is called as a sedimentary, one is called as a metaformic, and another one is called as a igneous rocks. Now this rock called as a black soil, it has been formed by the igneous rocks. When magma cools down, solidification, when it converts, this is of rocks. Okay, this rock, when it melts down, then there is a form of which one? Form of the igneous rock. From there, what we see, the soil called as a black soil. So it has been formed with the igneous rocks, known with the, because it looks in the black, so it is called black color. It is having a regular soil, black, because cotton well grow in the black soil, so it is also called as a black cotton soil. Where do we get these? Are Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, western areas of Andhra Pradesh, northern Karnataka. Moreover, this soil, the quality of this soil, where we see lime and magnesium carbonate. What we see, lime and magnesium carbonate. Quite very helpful to what? To help the which will help the soil. Okay. Major quality what? To retain the moisture within its body. So the soil even consists of lime as well as the magnesium carbonate. And another side, if we talk about crops, if we talk, there is a cotton, jawar, wheat, onion, chili, tobacco, oil seeds, lemon, as well as the grapes. So these are the different forms of what are the crops. What we can do, we can grow in the soil called as a black soil. Okay. So crops and the number of states where this soil is being available. Okay. So easily by marking, the purpose of marking these all, which can make you to help to make the notes very easily by directly taking from the board itself. So this is alluvial soil, the color in the form of grey to ash color, and here the color in the form of black color it is. Okay, states and what type of crops we grow. Here states what type of crops we grow over. So this is what regarding the alluvial soil as well as regarding the black soil it is. Okay, right? We are on the topic called as a red soil. Okay, the word itself says what it is, that the soil which is here, it will be in the form of the red color. Which can be identified. But when we compare to the soil called as a black soil, or when we compare to the soil called as alluvial soil, red soil is not too suitable for the agriculture purpose. But we can grow many different forms of crops in that red soil we can grow over. Now just by observation of this, we can get to by the states where the red soil has been available, we can easily understand over it. Tamil Nadu, from the Kanyakumari to Madhya Pradesh up to Jhansi. These areas, Gujarat, Kutch area to the Rajmahal hills of Jharkhand. So these are the places where we see the wide catchment area of the soil called as a red soil. Red soil, it's very less suitable for the agriculture, but then also we can produce a good form of different forms of crops, like the crops what we can grow, ragi, tobacco, as well as the oil seeds. Ragi we can produce, tobacco we can produce the oil seeds. If there is a good facility of the water, irrigation facility, irrigation which is said as a artificial supply of water. Okay, we do with the help of the rivers by attaching the canals, and we make the water to flow up to the field. So if there is a irrigation facility is been there, then even in this soil called as a red soil, what we can grow paddy, sugarcane, as well as the cotton. Paddy also we can produce, sugarcane also produce, cotton also. Paddy and sugarcane, when we say paddy and sugarcane, these are the crops which requires huge amount of water, standing water, still water. Okay, sugarcane at the medium level, what we can do, we can regular supply of the water is been needed. So ragi, tobacco, oil seeds, these are the common crops which we grow in the red soil. But apart from that, few more crops we can grow. Paddy, sugarcane, cotton also grows well in the red soil, but only condition is what? The irrigation should be there. Then only we can produce over. Otherwise, these crops will be failed. Which are these crops? Paddy, sugarcane, cotton. They grow well, but only one condition what is, it's a need of the irrigation facilities. In the same way, our next soil what it is? It's a laterite soil. Laterite soil, which is in the form of color called as a reddish or yellow color. Not totally, somewhat yellowish form. We will see the soil called as a laterite, reddish or yellowish color. Now, this soil we found more in those areas where more than 200 centimeter of rainfall has been there. 200 centimeter. Now, when we say 200 centimeter, it's a heavy rainfall areas. So, when heavy rainfall areas, when we say automatically due to the heavy rainfall, the uppermost layer of the soil, that which is called as a fertile area part will be totally washed. The same thing happens with the laterite soil. Laterite soil, it is been found where more than 200 centimeters of rainfall is there. Due to this reason, the minerals which are there, of the soil, of the soil, which soil it is? It's a laterite soil. It's totally washed off. It's been cleaned and leaves behind. Okay, good soil upper layer it moved, and what it remains, it leaves behind ferric oxide as well as the aluminium. It remains ferric oxide as well as the aluminium, which is not too suitable for the agriculture sectors. This is the reason what we see less fertile. The soil is less fertile it is, and nitrogen is also less, plus minerals. Now minerals definitely it will be less. It's because of which reason? Because it has been washed out. So less fertile, less lack of nitrogen and lack of minerals. So where we are getting, say here, he is saying Western Ghats, Vindhyas, Rajmal Hills, Satpura, these all are the mountainous areas. These are the mountainous areas. So definitely when there will be heavy rainfall will be there, the soil which has been available here, it will be totally washed. So our laterite soil, it faces regularly this problem, regularly. This is the reason this soil is not too fertile soil. But this soil is being used for the construction purposes. Laterite soil is being mainly used for the construction purposes. It is being used, for example, like making of the bricks, making of the pots, making of the bricks and making of the pots. What we can use the soil called as a laterite soil. We can use it. Moreover, this crop, it doesn't washed out, it doesn't mean that this soil is totally waste soil. This is also good soil, it is there, but due to lack of nitrogen and minerals, what we see, the crops which are being here are being referred as a plantation crops. Plantation crops are those crops from the large area we see only one form of crop. For example, like coffee, tea. So these are also plantation crops. Sugarcane also comes under the plantation crop, but more than the sugarcane, coffee and tea is being seen the large area, that too mountainous area. In there itself we see plantation of coffee as well as the tea. So coffee and tea is more suitable in the soil called as a laterite soil. Okay. Desert soil. Okay. Now after learning about the alluvial soil, black soil, red soil, laterite soil, we understood about the 4 different forms of soils which we have studied, that which are those different crops, what type of quality do that soil is been having. Now there is another called as a desert soil. Desert soil which looks in the form of red to brown color. Red to brown color, not totally red, not totally brown. Okay, red to brown color, which soil it is? Desert. By the word desert itself, we can understand, we will get to know that the temperature will be high, the rainfall will be less. So our soil called as desert soil, it is being found towards those areas where the rainfall is very less and the temperature is what? It's quite very high it is. In such areas we see the soil called as a desert soil. And why it is there? It's because of, see here, water percolates easily. It moves. It doesn't remain as a form of still. It percolates, it moves. This is the reason automatically moisture becomes less. So he says without retentive and moisture gets reduced. If, like how in the black soil we have said, right, it is able to contain or take or keep the moisture within its body. In the desert soil, this is the quality it is not having. The desert soil could not able to retain the moisture within its body, because of which reason? Because water percolates, so moisture will be reduced. And where do we see such soil? Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, Kutch area. In these areas, we see what our soil called as a desert soil is being available over, right? So here, so when moisture is being less, so nature it is that we can't grow all different forms of crop. So we will grow such crops which would be able to stay in such areas. So here, which are those crops? One is jawar, which requires less amount of water, sajje again, and dates. Okay, so jawar, sajje, dates can be easily grown in the way in the soil called as a desert soil. So where do we get? Where the regions where the rainfall is very less and where the temperature is being high. Okay, due to the reason water percolates, there will be no moisture within its body. Due to this reason, we see that we can't grow different forms of crops. So only few important jawar, sajje as well as the dates we can produce in it. And what type of color it looks? It looks in the form of red to brown color it looks. In the same way, our sixth soil, which is called as a mountain soil. Now here the word itself again we can understand, mountain. This type of soil we see at the mountainous area. Okay, now when we talk about what type of color, again dark brown color. Our mountain soil is in the form of which color? Dark brown color. And say it contains of plenty decayed organic matter, he says, plenty decayed. Okay, plenty decayed. Why plenty decayed? Because this is the mountain. Okay, almost little bit of almost forest. So when forest is been there, definitely there will be huge amount of small spaces up to big. So those all when they will die or the fall of the trees, fall of the leaves of the trees, okay, which converts into the form of decayed. This decayed organic matter is been mixed in the way in the soil. So when it mixes in the soil, what we see, the soil becomes very rich. Which soil? Mountain soil, which is rich in nitrogen. Organic residues are being present over there. So high minerals are there in the way in the soil called as a mountain soil. So when we are saying the word called as a mountain, definitely to in this overall India, wherever the mountainous area will be there, we see the soil called as a mountain. Now foothill of Himalayas. Foothill of Himalaya in the sense Shivalik range. Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Bihar, West Bengal. Okay, these all are the states where we see or we get the soil called as a mountain soil. And moreover, plantation crops and very important fruits. On the soil called as a mountain soil, what we can do, we can produce the fruits, we can produce spices are there, tea, coffee, plantation crops, easily it can be grown in the soil called as a mountain soil. So in which form it is? In the dark form. This soil is very rich. It's because of decayed organic matter. What is present? Nitrogen and organic minerals are been there, found at the number of Himalayas area, at the mountainous areas, and the crops like coffee, tea, spices, fruits can be easily produced in the crop called as a mountain soil. So in this way, our six different types of soils helps in the way in the production of different forms of the crops. So we have studied about alluvial soil, black soil, red soil, laterite soil, mountainous soil, as well as the desert soil. Okay. In our next session, we will talk about the soil erosion and as usual soil conservation we are going to learn over. Go on watching the number of videos which will help to all of you to learn more and more regarding your syllabus.